Have you ever wondered if a person can run away from God? Can someone change his plan? Can anyone reject his calling? It's impossible, because God is all-powerful, omnipresent, and all-knowing. He sees our every step, knows our every thought, and His plans are far greater than ours. Yet, many people mistakenly believe that they are in full control of their lives. But when God calls, it's not just an instruction, it's part of His grace and purpose. God never chooses a person without a reason. If He calls someone, there is a divine plan behind it. But what happens when a person refuses that calling? Can they destroy God's plan? No. God always fulfills His purpose, whether a person accepts it or tries to run away. This is the story of a man who thought he could escape God's command. He believed that he could determine his own path and avoid God's plan. But he soon realized that no one can ever escape God's will, and His mercy is beyond human understanding. This is the story of Jonah, a prophet who tried to flee from God's command, only to learn that God's will is supreme and His mercy is limitless. One day, God called His prophet Jonah and said, "Get up, go to the great city of Nineveh and warn them. Their wickedness has reached its limit, and I can no longer tolerate it. If they do not repent, I will destroy their city." This was not an ordinary mission. Nineveh was Israel's enemy. The people there were cruel and ruthless. They did not follow God's commandments and were deeply immersed in sin. Jonah knew they did not deserve mercy. He also knew that if he went and preached God's warning, there was a chance they might repent and God might forgive them. Jonah didn't want that to happen. He knew God was merciful and gracious. If the people of Nineveh repented, God would surely spare them. Jonah couldn't accept that these enemy people would experience God's grace. So Jonah made a decision. He would reject God's command and run away. Jonah thought that if he traveled in the opposite direction, he could escape God's plan. But is that even possible? God is everywhere. Yet Jonah convinced himself that he could choose his own path. He went to the port of Joppa and found a ship sailing to Tarshish, which was in the exact opposite direction of Nineveh. Here, we need to consider Jonah's mindset. He wasn't just disobeying, he was trying to take control of his life. Many people today think the same way. I will live my life my way. I will make my own decisions. I don't have to follow anyone's command. But when God calls someone, it is impossible to escape His plan. Jonah forgot that no one can run away from God. As Jonah sailed into the sea, God sent a violent storm. The waves rose so high that the ship was about to sink. The sailors panicked. They believed this was a divine disaster and began praying to their gods. But can man-made gods stand against the living God? No. The ship's captain was shocked that Jonah was sleeping through such a terrible storm. How could someone sleep so peacefully when everything around him was falling apart? The captain shook Jonah awake and said, "How can you sleep? Pray to your God. Maybe He will have mercy on us." But Jonah already knew why this was happening. He told the sailors, "Throw me into the sea, and the storm will stop." The sailors didn't want to harm Jonah, but when they saw no other way, they finally threw him into the sea. And the moment Jonah hit the water, the storm stopped instantly. God sent a great fish to swallow Jonah. He remained inside the fish's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. Darkness, silence, suffocation, isolation. Was this death? Had God abandoned him forever? No. This place felt like death, but it was actually part of God's plan. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed, Lord, I turned away from you, but you did not abandon me. I repent." God heard Jonah's prayer and commanded the fish to spit him out onto dry land. This time, Jonah obeyed God and went straight to Nineveh. He proclaimed, "In 40 days this city will be destroyed." From the king to the lowest citizen, everyone fasted, covered themselves in sackcloth, and repented before God. God saw their sincerity and forgave their sins. God's mercy is greater than human understanding. Can anyone run away from God today? No. God's plan for every person is definite. He calls us back with His love and mercy. He corrects us and brings us back to His purpose. Are you trying to run away from God? Are you resisting His plan? Open your heart today, because God's mercy endures forever.